Yo, what's good, sons? We back on the road, hitting up more people who knew 3Pac, son. Trying to further understand the meaning of zero hoots. New year, no hoots, son.
My real name is Kevin Stafford, and BG Kumbi has kind of been a character that I've been shucking and jiving for years here on YouTube. And I'm just out here trying to make a living, I first got on board with Zero Hoots actually because I thought it was an anti-owl movement. I mean, the logo says it all. It's an owl with a red circle around it. My hatred of owls stems back to one night. I was walking home from school. It was about midnight or so, and this owl swoops down and tries to peck my eyes out. Ever since then, I freaking hated owls, and I just freaking hate birds in general. They're dumb. Then I started listening to the music that 3Pac was actually putting out, and for some reason, for years, I still thought that it was an anti-owl movement, and I only learned just now what it was actually about when you explained it to me right before you started interviewing me. So I'm now realizing what it's all about.
What does zero hoots mean to you?
Well, Zero Hoots is basically my entire lifestyle now. I live it every single day. 3Pac taught everyone that if you just don't give a hoot and do whatever you want, you'll basically be a lot happier in life. But some other people might not be happy with me and what I do, because what I do, how I live Zero Hoots is, slapping strangers as hard as I can, throwing paper balls at the bus driver, pantsing people in public, that kind of thing. And I would annoy my mom so much with my new lifestyle. She would always send me to bed without any supper. One time I was watching Blue's Clues, and Joe from Blue's Clues, he kept asking me where the clue was. Well, I kept screaming that it was right behind him, and he didn't give a hoot about me, so I didn't give a hoot, and I threw a brick through the TV. And that's when my mom, she was really pissed at me. She started yelling at me. And I just told her that 3Pac taught me to do that. And she asked, "Who's 3Pac?" And I said, "Who's 3Pac?" And I said, "Who's 3Pac? That's the greatest rapper alive, son. Beast in the booth, son. He beats Gorilla Cheeks, son." Alright? She took off her belt and she really tanned my hide, son. But I mean, it was worth it. Zero Hoots all the way, and that's what it's all about. 3Pac, he wasn't just a rapper, He was a comedic tour de force as well. Back when we ran together with the Mean Crew, with Dylan, Papina, Schmitty, and everybody, and just roasted PewDiePie all the time for fun.
PewDiePie is an absolute joke!
Best not come and try to find me, son!
I'm going to rape you.
PewDiePie sucks balls.
PewDiePie is definitely the dumbest person on earth.
He made us all laugh so much at these roasts, He was the type of comedian that really, he would slam you on stage over and over, he'd give you the dozens, and he'd hit you with a sharp line or two, and then he'd be the first guy to empty out his wallet for you if you told him that you were down on your luck. And one time, I saw him tip the pizza delivery guy $700 cash, son. Like it was nothing. And it may have been an accident, but still, that's the type of guy that 3Pac was. And even if you didn't ask for it, he'd give you the shirt off his back. He'd do that all the time. He'd take his shirt off and then just run around screaming at people in public. Actually, a lot of people asked him not to do that, but he didn't give a hoot. He'd just do it anyway. But like I was saying, it all comes back to not giving a hoot and just doing whatever you want to do.
When did you first hear about 3Pac? What were you? What was your reaction? How did it make you feel?
First time I ever heard about 3Pac was the Swag Like Osama video. Honestly, it's one of the hardest tracks that 3Pac ever put out there, along with PewDiePie as a child rapist. It's one of my favorite rap tracks of all time, honestly. The video, the composition, everything about it, it's hilarious, you know? I still watch it to this day, and I still laugh at it. And, you know, that just goes to show a video like that, that's so old, that it was like one of his first popular videos, and you can still look back on it and be like, wow, this was amazing, you know? And I can tell that he actually put some research into that video. There's a part where he like washes his feet with sand. There's something in the Quran about washing your feet with sand, you know? So I don't even know if I'm correct on that, but you know, 3Pac was a scholar for the ages, you know? I mean, he knew things that none of us would ever know, and he tried to share his knowledge, but I don't know if he could really share it with mere mortals like us. There's certain things you can't teach to other people. You gotta let them find out on their own. I think that's another part of the Zero Hoots philosophy.
Actually, I remember he was writing that, and we wrote that song together. We wrote that like the last verse too, about like circumcising himself with a switchblade and stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah. Now the best part is like when you don't even expect it, he's just like, he's got to rhyme something with Osama, so he just says "fuck Obama."
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
It's so good.
Oh man, that's amazing. So how did Ryan and 3Pac and Zero Hoots affect your life?
Well, honestly, whenever he passed away, I didn't find out about it until maybe a week or two later, and it just floored me because, you know, he was one of my good friends on YouTube, and I planned on working with him a lot, and I'd always watch his videos if I was ever feeling down, because I knew that was like something guaranteed that I'd laugh at. And I mean, I showed my friends, they thought they were pretty funny, but whenever you do something, you know, only a certain fraction of people are gonna like fully understand it, and sadly most people don't understand what 3Pac was doing. He really wanted to uplift people, you know, and at the same time he was deconstructing like a whole movement and creating his own Zero Hoots, ZHG. And you know, I really admire him for doing that, because you know, that's something that I don't think I'll be able to do. From time to time I still think about it, you know, it kind of makes me sad. I talked to my mom about it one night, and you know, she didn't really understand, you know. How could you be so upset over somebody you never met before, that like you barely knew for all intents and purposes, you know? But I mean, like, some people, they just won't understand, you know. You can't really give a hoot about it.
Yeah, why do you think you were able to connect with him even though you never met him before?
Well, it all goes back to just how long I've been on the internet. Like, I've been on the internet, I've been on computers my whole life, really. Like, I grew up on it, and I've always made connections with people online. I've always had friends online. I've always chatted, had conversations with people online, you know. And I don't think it's valid that people say that you can't make like lasting friends online, because I have friends online that I've been playing World of Warcraft with for a decade now, you know, and we're like best friends. The only thing is we've just never met, and we might not ever meet, but I don't think that matters. And 3Pac was like one of those friends that I have now.
When he passed away, do you mind telling us like where you were when you heard about it and how it made you feel?
Yeah, so I first read that he passed away maybe a week after it happened, and it floored me because, first of all, you know, how could I miss that it actually happened? And second of all, I'm pretty sure someone else I knew online told me about it. You know, I don't think I found out firsthand, but you know, I was in my room, I was probably just chilling, you know, but it really did hit me hard, honestly. Like, it really did make me pretty sad. And, you know, not a lot of my friends really knew about 3Pac or his videos, so I couldn't really talk to them about it. You know, I talked to my mom about it because, you know, I talked to her, I talked to my parents about everything. And, you know, it's good to talk to your family, you know, but there was nothing I could do because I'd never met 3Pac in person. And I mean, he lived all the way in California. And, you know, there wasn't much I could do besides remember him in my own way.
Straight up. Did your life change at all after he passed away?
Yeah, I would say honestly it did, because that's one less friend I have in the world. Like, that's one less person that lifts me up, you know. Like, 3Pac was a good influence on the world, you know, and whenever he passed, like, it affected everybody that was a fan of his, everybody that looked to him as an inspiration, everybody that enjoyed his content. Like, it affected everybody in their own way. And for me, like, I just thought, you know, like, I'll never be able to meet him now. I'll never be able to make content with him. I'll never hear any of his songs again, but, you know, that's okay, because we can keep his movement going, we can keep Zero Hoots going, we can keep his message going, we can still listen to his music, we can still remember him. And I mean, you know, honestly, like, one day, whether you believe it or not, I believe it. Like, I know he's, like, in heaven looking down on us right now, you know, and kind of getting teary-eyed just saying this, you know, but I mean, I'm gonna probably see him again one day. I think I will. I think we'll all see him again one day.
Do you have anything else you want to say about his passing, or about Zero Hoots, or about, you know, his movement?
Truth be told, I really miss him, you know. All jokes aside, everything. When I found out that he passed away, I cried. I cried for 3 days straight, honestly. And I don't really cry very often, but he was a really good friend. More than that, he was a true comedic presence in the world. One of my biggest inspirations. I'm a comedian, and I know funny. And 3Pac was one of the funniest guys that I ever met here on YouTube. Those videos that he made were so entertaining. And no one really does that stuff anymore, you know? You can't replace someone like him. There's not going to be another 3Pac ever again. And I wanted to do so much more with him. I wanted to work with him, meet up with him in the future, you know. I had stuff in the works, plans, but what can you do? The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away, as they say. We all just got to keep giving no hoots, keep the message alive, you know? So that way he can live on. He can live on through all of us, vicariously, who remember his legacy. And you can apply Zero Hoots to anything in life. Whether you're a comedian, whether you're a rapper, whether you're an artist, even if you're just a paper pusher working in a cubicle at Business Incorporated, like my friend Zach is, you can say Zero Hoots, and you can be whoever you want to be. That's 3Pac's legacy. That's what it's all about.
Yes, son, we got a whole slew of episodes coming your way, cause we don't give a hoot, and we gon' keep doing what we do, and we gon' keep living our life every day, yeah, whoa.
No trout, ballin' out, no trout, ballin' out, no trout, ballin' out, no trout, ballin' out. I ain't got time for trout, son. All I get is cheddar. Fucking with my squad, fish out with my Beretta. I ain't got time for trout, son. All I get is cheddar. fucking with my squad, son, get shot with my Beretta. I just made 10 racks, son, all up in the club. Cheddar mama showing silverback that groovy love. Yeah, all they want me to do, son, is get up in the cheeks. All they want to leave, I'ma beat the Chiefs for the CAC.